Hi everybody, and today's video is about moving house and buying a house, the process and the tips I have for you. So first things first, to me and my partner, I'm 20, my partner is 23, and we have bought this house. We've bought it, we have a mortgage. The biggest thing for young people for buying a house is a deposit, and luckily we was gifted our deposit money. That's how we was able to buy this house. And I know that's a huge thing, so that's a quick disclaimer. That's how I've done that. And yeah, let's get on with it. I've been in this house now for about 7, maybe going to 8 weeks when this video goes up. I've been here for about 8 weeks. Yes. 25th of August we moved in. We was looking for houses for possibly about a year. Before we viewed this house, we viewed 3, and we put an offer in on the 3rd house, which it got declined, and we decided that actually the house wasn't for us. So yeah, we're now in this house, which to be honest is missing quite a few things that we wanted, yet here we are. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to go into how much this house was because it's nobody else's business. What I am going to say is the price that this house was up for, as soon as you put an offer in, go down. Go straight down to like the bottom price that you would go to, and then as they say no, just keep gradually bringing it up, because we did get this house discounted from what the asking price was. So that is number 1 tip, is that. So the process is obviously you call up the estate agents when you found a house you would like to view, and then you go and view it. This house was empty, so the estate agent, somebody from the estate agents actually came to show us around this house. If somebody lives in the house you're going to view, the person who lives in the house will show you around. So we viewed this house, we really liked it. I think on the day we viewed this house, we put an offer in only a couple of hours later. So we talked about it, we thought it through, we offered a price, it got declined the first time. We upped it to a different price and it got accepted. It was still discounted, but it got accepted. And it was really exciting. I think I've got a footage of me calling the... Hi, can I place a viewing on a property you've got, please? Yep, that's brilliant, thank you. Thanks, bye. When I wanted to view this house, once we put the offer in, we viewed it another twice. The second time we came just to have another look around it, take photos, so that we knew the areas and the rooms and what we wanted to do with the rooms. And then the 3rd time we came and measured up, and every time we did that we had to keep calling the estate agents to let us in the house, basically. Now the worst part about buying a house is by far the solicitors. For one, we went with a solicitor that his family has dealt with before, and the woman we had from this solicitor, she was, to put it nicely, she was rubbish. She was not... I feel like she didn't take us so seriously. Maybe it's because of our age, she thought she could just push us away. And we kept calling and asking questions, because obviously we were first time buyers, we've not done this before, we've got absolutely no idea of the process, and we kept asking questions and wanted to know where we was in the process, and she just was constantly really arsey basically with me on the phone, and it was a bit rubbish. But you have to have solicitors unless you're buying privately. If you go with estate agents, I think you have to buy with a solicitor, because they handle the money. The other thing you have to do is find a mortgage. For this we went to a bank and got a mortgage from them. It's the first mortgage we looked at, it was the only mortgage we looked at, and it was a good price, so we went for it basically. We had about 5 meetings with the bank, And these meetings were lengthy. They were very lengthy because there's also insurance and things like that you've got to sort out. We only actually saw our solicitor once for a meeting. The other times we just rang up and dealt with like her assistant. Everybody will tell you when you go to buy a house, the process takes, they say, between 6 and 8 weeks, and our house took exactly 8 weeks to fully go through everything. All the paper, all the solicitors and all the bank meetings all took 8 weeks for us to then be told the property is ours and we could go and get the keys. So on the weekend we could go get the keys. It was a Friday and Anthony was actually away that weekend at a festival. So luckily I had my mum and I went to pick up the keys by myself, which is a shitty way to start having your first house. But it's what we had to do. We didn't actually move in to sleep in the house until the Monday. So me and my mum spent the whole weekend, all 3 days, well actually 4 days including the Monday, to get the bedroom sorted because obviously we wanted the house to be livable. So we decorated the bedroom all weekend, and then on Monday we got the furniture in and started unpacking on the Monday, and then we spent the night, Monday night, both me and Anthony. The other thing when you first get keys is you've got to sort out your bills straight away. So for this we looked through the letters from the old occupants of the house, so we knew who they was with, and we basically just called up that company and said, I now live here, I now want to use you as for my bills, depending on what it was. That took a few hours, just calling these people up, getting quotes and basically agreeing to the terms, and that was it. We was free to use the water, the electric, the gas, I don't even know what else. So because me and Anthony had been looking for a house for quite a few months, I would say, beforehand, we'd already started buying a lot of our things, and a lot of the things we already had anyway. We already had a bed, we already had a TV, well actually we already had 2 TVs, so we got one for downstairs and one for upstairs, and things like bookshelf and TV stands we already had. And then for the last year I had been buying the little bits and bobs that you need, like everything for your kitchen, and we'd been boxing them up every time we had like a full box full. So for about a year we've been boxing things up and then putting it in the loft. And for this, my tip for boxing things up, 100% label whose it is, so when you go up in the loft, if you live with a family, you know that that box is for you and me. The next thing is to write what room the stuff in that box is for. So for pots and pans, for plates, for bowls, for knife, for forks, obviously for things like DVDs we'd write living room, and then you'd write down exactly bullet point everything that is in that box. Because you get moved in, you bring all the boxes in, and obviously it takes a few days. Actually it's taken us weeks to unbox everything. We have only just gone through our last box this morning to put up in the loft. And like I said, we've been here 8 weeks now, so that's a lengthy process. But when you're unpacking things and you suddenly think, oh, I need this, and you're like, oh shit, which box is it in? It's quite easy just to look through the box and just see what's labelled on it. You just open it up and it's there. Use smaller boxes rather than larger boxes, because if you've got a large box you're bound to put everything in it. So if you've got a big box, fill it lightly, and if you've got a smaller box, fill it fuller, because obviously with it being smaller it's going to be lighter. With a bigger box, if you fill it all in, it's going to be absolutely horrendous to move. Now for buying big furniture, we left it quite late to buy big furniture, just because we already had a lot of things that we didn't need to do straight away. So this last couple of weeks, we have been working on the living room, and it is now completed. All we're doing is waiting for the sofa. So if you want everything done before you move in, first of all, the carpets. We've got a new carpet from Wilson's. We bought the carpet from Wilson's, but we had a carpet fitter to fit it. So you pay Wilson's for the carpet, and then you pay the carpet fitter for the fitting and for the underlay. that takes about a week process to do. A washing machine, this was actually our moving in present from my mum, was a washing machine, and that came before we had the house, so we had to leave it in the garage for a couple of weeks. But that took, I believe, about a week as well to deliver, because obviously these are big things. The last thing, like I said, the last thing we're waiting for is a sofa, and the sofa takes, well, this sofa we bought was from DFS, and it was in the Christmas sale, which they say will definitely be delivered before Christmas if you order by a certain date. So we ordered by earlier than the date was ended, and we got told it would be 3 weeks, which is not bad at all, because you can go to some place and they'll tell you you'd be waiting 8 weeks. Like, it could be anywhere between 3 to 12 weeks is what I've been told. To 12 weeks is a long time to be waiting for a sofa. This sofa, the sofas are made to order. You can change things about a sofa, such as the fabric, cushion fabrics. We're actually having ours sprayed with something which helps it clean better. It cost an extra £100 to do so, but it's going to be so beneficial because we've ordered a light sofa. You can also change sofa legs, which I'm pretty sure you can do on most sofas, so it does just depend on where it is, where it's from, and what you're changing about it. Like, I don't know if I said, but we ordered ours from DFS, and it was so much cheaper with it being in the sale. So if you can wait for a sale, wait for the sale. There were so many good sofas in a sale. So our sofa, which hasn't arrived yet, is a 3-seater with 2 big cushions. And that's all we've got, because that's all we've got space for. We could fit the armchair in, but at the time we was like, no, we're just going to focus on the sofa, and if we find a statement armchair later on, we'll get it. But for now, for money wise, that is what we're doing. Now secondly, for big furniture, IKEA is a godsend. Godsend. Like, if you watch my vlog from it, I didn't enjoy the trip, but for the furniture wise, it's really good. Definitely have a look online first when it comes to IKEA, and write down exactly what you need, so you know exactly where to go, and you know exactly what it's called, because they've obviously got all different names. My desk in here is the Malm desk, I believe. See, I'm not even sure right now. So we did one IKEA trip, and we've actually got another IKEA trip this weekend for a bookshelf for our living room, and the mirror actually for in this room as well is from IKEA. But we did the big things. So we got the desk, we got a bedside table, well, 2 bedside tables, a set of drawers for our clothes, and like I said, we're going to get the bookshelf. I'm reading from all my notes. And IKEA is actually well priced for what it is. If you can put the furniture up yourself, then that's obviously great, because Anthony is really handy with power tools and things, so he does it without any help. It's great because I don't have to join in and help. Also, it's really good actually. I was just thinking, this clothes rail behind me that you can't actually see, you can see a pole down here, is from Argos, and Argos is really good for in sales as well. I would always wait for the sales, because, and do your research, like there's so many different furniture that look the exact same for different prices everywhere. So a lot of things, like a lot of the YouTubers have things from West Elm, which is so expensive. You can look on so many different websites that are so much cheaper. You just got to do your research before going ahead and buying anything. When we bought our sofa from DFS, we actually went to DFS first, and it was the first sofa we saw. It was as soon as you walked through the door on the right, it was there. And then, because we couldn't get anybody's attention, everyone was busy who worked there, we said, oh, we'd go to the 2 other stores we was going to go to, and if we didn't see anything else, we'd come back. And we went to the other 2 stores, didn't see a thing we liked, came back to DFS and bought it right there, right then, and paid for it. So yeah, if you are first time buyers and you're moving into your first house, do not rush everything. I originally had the thought, oh yeah, this house will be done within like 2 weeks. No, not even possible, especially if you are working. It is so hard to get everything done and things to get delivered when you're supposed to be at work. So just be patient. The carpet in here is like the last thing that needs to be changed, and this isn't happening for months. Like, we're doing the living room at the minute, and as soon as the living room's finished, that's it, we're stopping for Christmas until after Christmas to then start doing the kitchen and the bathroom, which are the next 2 big projects to do, because obviously they're big projects that will take probably ages. Actually, I imagine kitchen will take quite a while. But anyway, if you watch my weekly vlogs, you will see all the process, everything I've been doing for the decorating and for things getting fitted, and that really shows you the effort and the time that everything goes into. So watch them and keep watching, of course. I'll be getting a sofa next week and hopefully I'll vlog it and show you the sofa, so keep a lookout for that. And I really hope you enjoyed, and please, if you have any questions, leave them below and I will try my hardest to answer them. And I think I'm a bit of an expert now at buying houses, so yes. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope it's helped some of you out there who are first time buyers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week for a weekly vlog. Bye.